Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could strum through and kind of fingerstyle through a lot of the licks to Rewind by Poets of the Fall. And we're going to start off actually on an E minor chord, and we'll talk about those licks in just a moment, but just to kind of get an idea of the chord form. The way you play E minor, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the D string on the 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to a D major chord. And when we play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. It sounds really happy. And then from the D, we're going to be going to an A major chord. When we play A major, first finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, and third finger goes to the B string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds an A major. Now on that A major, actually, and several other A's through the song, you'll kind of hear a C sharp note on the A string on the 4th fret that kind of becomes part of that chord. So you may want to think about kind of using your first finger as kind of a bar over the D, G, and B, and kind of trying to use 3rd or 4th finger to get that A string on the 4th fret note. And then from the A, we're going to be going to a C major chord. And when you play C major, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C, there's kind of this push to a D major chord. So that's a lot of our intro, and it's kind of our verse form too. It's kind of like E minor, D, A, C, D. A lot of times with a song like this, though, I like to use something called a strum pattern, especially if I'm kind of singing. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the E minor, just tried that a lot. You'd have down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So one way to kind of apply that to our verse progression is to do the E minor with kind of a down and a down, hit the D for the up, down, up, and then we could go to the A for a down, down, hit the C for a up, and then go to the D for a down, up. This is a little weird kind of how you're halving it, but E minor down, down, D with a up, down, up, A, down, down, C on the up, D down, E minor down, down, D on the up, down, up, A on the down, C on the up, D down, up. Now, something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the E minor, you have the low E string for your bass. So kind of work it as a bass, down, up, down, but on the D chord, you have the D string for the bass. On the A or the A/C sharp, you'd have the A string for your bass on those chords. And on the C major, you'd have the A for your bass. And on the D, you'd have the D string for the bass. So if we tried adding basses to that strum pattern, we have E minor the bass, down, B on the up, down, A with the bass, down, C on the up, D down, E minor the bass, down, B on the up, down, A with the bass, down, C on the up, D down, E minor bass, down, D on the up, down, A with the bass, down, C on the up, D down, E minor the bass, down, D on the up, down, A with the bass, down, C on the up, D down. There's some awesome licks through that part though, and if you wanted to kind of take those on, I think this is a little bit easier fingerstyle. You could kind of start off with the open E, with the 2nd fret on the high E string and the open B, and I'm kind of doing thumb for the bass notes, index finger for the B string, middle finger for the high E string, and you kind of start with those 3 notes together, and then we go to 3rd fret on the high E string, but then we go to the 2nd fret on the high E with the open D for kind of the D chord, and then 2nd fret on the G string, and then we play 4th fret on the A string with the open E, 2nd fret on the G string, and then 3rd fret on the A string with the open E, 2nd on the G string, and then we go to open D with the 2nd fret on the high E string. So all together you got the 0, 2, 3, open, 2, 2, 4 and open, 2, 3 and open, 2, 0, 2. It's kind of the licks through that part. And then we kind of go to the B string on the 7th fret, and then do that with the open E as kind of a hammer on to the 8th fret, and then go to high E on the 7, and then B string on the 7 with the open D for the D chord, 7 on the high E, and then we go to 4th fret on the A string with the 5th fret on the high E string, and then 5th on the B string, and then we go to third fret on the high, or third on the A with the open E, second on the G, and then open D with the second fret on the high E, kind of for that C and D at the end. So you got open and 7, 8, 7, 7 and open D, 7, 4 and 5, 5, 3 and open, 2, open and 2. So all together you got the E minor, D, A/C sharp, C, D, E minor, A, or D, A/C sharp, C, D, kind of through that part. So remember to kind of play around with that. That could be a cool way to kind of intro the tune, or even kind of work that through the verse. Might be kind of a cool thing too. And then from there, then we'd be going into our chorus part. Our chorus has some cool licks too, but just to kind of walk through all the chords for the chorus, we start on the E minor, and then we go to our D major chord, and then we go to our C major chord, but then we go to a B minor chord. And one way to play B minor, you can do first finger across the entire second fret, second finger on the B string third fret, third finger on the D string on the fourth fret, and the pinky on the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that makes a B minor chord that sounds really, really sad. Now another way you may want to think about playing B minor is as a B minor 7, where you can do first finger on the A string second fret, second finger on the G string second fret, and third finger on the high E string on the second fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E, that's a B minor chord too. Or another B minor randomly that you could play is you could do first on the A string second, second on the G string second, third finger on the B string third, and the pinky on the high E string on the third. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor too. And then from there we go back to E minor, and then D major, and then we go to our A major chord, and then we kind of half our C and our D chord in a similar way to the E minor and D. And then we go to the E minor, and then D, and then we go to A/C sharp, but then we go to A major, and B minor is kind of a halving thing. We go to C major, and at the very end there's this cool little push on a B7 chord. Let me play B7. First finger goes to the D string on the first fret, second finger on the A string second fret, third finger on the G string second fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, the A string to the high E string, that'll get your clear sound. That's called a B7 or B dominant 7. It sounds kind of nasty. So if we tried that with our strum pattern, the weird part is some of our chords end up halving, kind of like that E minor and D in the verse. So we have E minor, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D minor, down, down, E minor, down, down, up, D, down, down, up, A, down, down, C, down, down, B on the up, down, E minor, down, down, D with the down, A/C sharp, and then we have our A, down, up, B minor, up, down, and then a C, and then we can have our B7 push. And now, yeah, you could also add basses to those. On the E minor, you got the low E string for the bass. On the D is the D bass. On the C is the A string for the bass. B minor, we do the A string for the bass. And on the A/C sharp and the A major, we'd have the A string for the bass. And if we were going to use the bass for the B7, we'd have the A string for the bass on that chord. So we tried the chorus with our bass, down, up, down, up. We have E minor on the bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, B minor with an A bass, down, down, E minor with an A bass, down, down, B with the D bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, D, down, E minor with the bass, down, down, B with the D bass, down, down, A/C sharp with an A bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, B minor, down, C, and then kind of a B7. Now the licks through that part though, actually this is really cool. They're kind of using a little E minor chord where you could do first finger on the high E on the third fret, second finger on the G string on the fourth fret, and the pinky or the third finger on the B string fifth fret. And you could kind of start off with kind of the low E string, and then go G, B, E, and then B, G, B is kind of a little broken up chord. And I'm kind of using my index on the G string, middle for the B string, ring finger on the high E string for that. And that's called an arpeggio, where you're kind of breaking up the chord. And then we kind of do that same idea but with the open D bass. And then we could go to the kind of our C chord and kind of of do that same idea. And then on the B minor chord, we do the A string on the second, but kind of leave off the high E string. So now I'm kind of going second on the A string, fourth fret on the G string, third fret on the B string, and kind of working that same arpeggio. And then we could do the E minor again, and then we do with the open D. And then on the A chord, there's this cool little push on something called an A sus, where if you take the A major and kind of put the pinky on the B string third fret, you could kind of do that chord, that's called an A suspended, with kind of the open A, D string, and then kind of the G and the B string at the same time, and then you kind of lift that up for the A major. So that's kind of a cool deal too, kind of that E minor, D, A, and then we go to the C idea, and then kind of our D idea, with kind of almost that same idea, kind of thumb, index, middle ring for the E and the B string. D chord with the D string, G, and then the E and the B together. So it's a little weird, kind of using that thumb, index, middle ring together. And then from there, then we go back to our E minor idea, and then our D, and then we go to the A/C sharp, and you can kind of shift the strings to use the A string, or the thumb for the A string, and then kind of do that same arpeggio, but now on the D, G, and B strings. And then from there, then we kind of go to our regular A with kind of that thumb, index, middle ring together. And then we go to the B minor with thumb, index, middle ring together. And then we hit our C chord for the A string, D string, B string, and then you leave the open B kind of ringing before you kind of do that B7 hit at the very, very end. So all together, you'd have the E minor, D, C, B minor, E minor, D, A sus, A, C, D, E minor, with the D in the bass, A/C sharp, and then the A, B minor, C, and then B7, kind of through that chorus part. And then from there, then we go back to our verse part. And you could even kind of bring back those licks from the beginning, or especially on the second verse, actually, it kind of feels like we could almost use something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into four parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns to work with is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. What I mean by that is if you take the E minor and do a down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. And this is a little weird, but you could start out with the E minor with the down, and then the down, down, and then hit the D for the up, down, down, up, down, up. And then you can go to the A for the down, 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 C on the up, down, and then go to the D for the down, up, down. That might be another way to kind of work the verse. So you have E minor, down, down, D on the up, down, down, up, down, up, A on the down, 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 C on the up, down, D, down, up, down, minor, down, 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 D on the up, down, down, up, down, A on the down, 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 C on the up, down, D, down, up. Or you can even add basses to that pattern and have E minor bass, down, down, basically be repeating that until we get to our second chorus. And our second chorus is almost like an abbreviation of the first chorus, where we do E minor, and then the D, and then the C, and the B minor, and then the E minor, and then D, and then we go to A, and then we kind of half our C and D, and then we're back to E minor, and then D, A/C sharp, and then our C, and then our B minor that kind of leads into our bridge part. So we tried our chorus with the 16th pattern. We have the E minor, down, down, up, down, 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 D, down, down, up, down, 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 C, down, down, up, down, 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 B minor, down, down, up, down, 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 B minor, down, down, up, down, down, D, down, down, up, down, 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 D, down, down, up, down, 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 C, down, down, up, down, 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 B minor, down, 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 A/C sharp, down, 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 C, down, down, B minor, down, down, down. Or you could add basses to that and have E minor, D, C, E minor, E minor, D, or you could use the other strum pattern. And then from there, then we go into our bridge part. And there's some cool licks through this intro on the bridge, where you could go 10 on the D string, 8th fret on the B string, open E, and then we go to 11 on the G string, 8 on the B, open E, and then we do that 3 times, and then we go to 7 on the G string, and then 10 on the B string. So we're going 10, 8, 11, 8, 11, 8, 11, 8, 7, 10, kind of in the lead part. And the chords that would kind of back that up would start on an A minor chord. And we play A minor. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord. It sounds really, really sad. And from the A minor, we go to our C major, and then our D major, and then our E minor, and then we go to B minor with our whole strum pattern. And then we have a lot of the halving parts actually through the bridge part. So we're back to our A minor, C, D, E minor, B minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, B minor, and then at the end we got A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, and then a C, D to kind of lead us into our last chorus. So we tried that with the bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have A minor with the bass, down, C on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, up, down, B minor with an A bass, down, up, down, B minor with an A bass, down, C on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, up, down, B minor with an A bass, down, up, down, B minor with an A bass, down, C on the down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, down, B minor with an A bass, down, down, B minor with an A bass, down, C on the down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, down, B minor with an A bass, down, C on the down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, down, B minor with an A bass, down, C on the down, D with the D bass, down, B minor, down, B minor with an A bass, C with an A bass, down, D on the down. Or if we tried that with a bass 16th pattern, we'd have A minor, C, D, E minor, B minor with an A bass, A minor, C, D, E minor, B minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, B minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, C, D, E minor, A minor, C, D. And then from there, we'll be going into our last chorus. So we try our last chorus with that 16th bass feel. We'd have E minor, D, C, E minor, E minor, intro part. And you could kind of work that as kind of the strumming, or you might want to kind of work that kind of as those licks we were talking about. So you might want to kind of bring back those licks at the very end when those kind of turn up. But then we kind of do a little variation on that, where we kind of start it off kind of the same way. Still got the A and the C, but then we kind of do like a little elaboration. Actually, we got the E minor part, and then when you get to the A part, it's almost like you do 4th fret on the A string with 2nd on the G string, and then the pinky can kind of cover the 5th frets on the high E and the B string. This is kind of tricky, but you kind of have the A string on the 4 with the high E on the 5 at the same time, and then 2nd on the G, and then kind of do that again, that E, B, G, and then high E. But then we could go to 3rd fret on the A string, and then kind of start with that B string on the 5th, 2nd on the G, high E 5, B, G, and then A string, and then the B string. So it's almost like a little variation of the A major, and then the C, and then at the very end we kind of have a big E minor chord. So it's almost like we have kind of an elaborated A and a C at the very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through and kind of work a lot of the fingerstyle licks to Rewind by What's the Fall. So good luck!